Hey Scott, here you are. We really need to do that interview.
Couple minutes? Couple more minutes. Hi, I'm Scott Angus, and this is Code in the Community, where we're telling stories of local people, local businesses that are making inclusive spaces, and tips on how you can do it too. Today we're at the community-driven Johnston Group. You ready to get in there? Let's go.
Hi, Sean. Good to see you.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah.
We're here. We're at Johnston Group. Okay, so we're talking about DEI here at JG.
Correct.
And that's your thing.
So my name is Jaime, and we're in the main building of Johnston Group, 1051 King Edward Street in Winnipeg, Manitoba. DEI, you're changing the culture of an organization. Really, you're managing change. We're also dealing with historical and systemic barriers, that have formed over centuries, and ways of doing things that people have been doing with good intentions and with the best of their possibilities, but now we want to inform all of those things with what we think are more inclusive and more equitable practices. And so, for instance, changing the way people interview, a hiring manager does their job descriptions. They've been doing them like that for years, and now we're saying, okay, how about if we look at this? Coming to work shouldn't be anything different than living your life. It should be part of your life, and you should be motivated, and you should be involved and engaged in the things that you care for and that you like. And so when you come to work, you shouldn't leave all of those things behind that glass door. You should bring them with you, and that includes all aspects of who you are. My job is to make sure that we have an environment, both in terms of the relationships, but also even the physical environment, that it's inclusive of all of that.
Is that kind of like the approach here? Is like, yeah, like there's gonna be kind of like maybe a couple steps back, or you try something and it doesn't necessarily work. And it's kind of like an iterative, just kind of like an understanding that it's an iterative process.
We can try things, and actually it sometimes gives us peace of mind. We know that we can do better next time. So, when we were celebrating Pride last year, there was many things that maybe were missing, so we tried them this year. We have room for that at Johnston Group. Sometimes I sit down and reflect about the experience at Johnston Group. Has been, full of successes and challenges, but more than anything, it has been full of support from our receptionist to our executive director, which is not always the case in the world of DEI. I was an educational professional. I'm also an artist. I'm a musician, but I'm also a newcomer. So it's a combination of passions and skills, but also lived experience. You put it all together, it kind of makes sense to work in this field, because I can do things I love to do, but at the same time there is a commitment to help change things that have affected people for a long time, including myself. You find people in working on diversity, equity, inclusion in almost every organization these days, and every organization is looking for a DEI professional. So there is a huge community of practitioners out there. Knowing that you have a network of support, to me, it's important. You can validate sometimes your own efforts and your own programming, and that's huge. Once you have that, you don't feel alone anymore, which is something that happens to DEI professionals in their own organizations, but also out there in the community. It's not you as a DEI professional, it's not HR, it's not leadership, or it's not the DEI committee, it's everybody together. And if they know that, they'll keep showing up. You've made it clear that it is everybody's responsibility to advance this, and we can only do it together.